Ladies of Reddit. What's an instant ladyboner killer? Everyone is talking about clean, short fingernails. While I also agree those are important if he has toenails, that could strongly assist him climb a tree. I'm out. How else do I climb trees though? Hold right click and move toward them. I'm assuming this is an Assassin's Creed joke, which always makes me think about Bernie Burns of Rooster Teeth fame talking about how video games are looking more real, but can't possibly be farther from fiction. Because in real life he'd never accidentally climbed a building. Same thing in the new Hitman games. One misclick and you're now in a box or closet. In real life I've never accidentally crawled into a dumpster or hid in a closet. Not wiping properly and just smelling like S in general. Had a cousin that would say he has the looks of a goofy potato, but was popular with women. I asked him how. He said, washing your and being funny goes a long way. Apostrophe. There's a surprising amount of men who find basic hygiene to be feminine. Or gay. Yes. Because touching your ass sufficiently to not leave streaks makes a man gay. Not, you know, liking other guys that way. I've had a large number of guys over the years tell me that it is gay that I wash my in the shower. They all felt that the soap suds running down their crack was sufficient. I was about to go down on a bloke once and he stunk. I physically recoiled, it was so bad, and he told me he doesn't pull it back to clean because his mother told him he shouldn't. He was 34. Edit. It was meant to be a one night stand. Met online. He asked what was wrong, and I just asked if he cleaned beforehand. Did I feel awkward having a conversation with a grown man about hygiene? Yes, but honestly nearly vomited due to the smell, so I bit the bullet and asked. I haven't spoken to him since, but I hope he sorted himself out. Why his mother told him that, I haven't a clue. Well, it ain't getting pulled back for anything else either. How is he not sick with an infection? I just used to work as a caretaker in a hospital and was responsible for giving patients baths. Came in one shift for this poor guy who was bedbound. I did my thing. Got around to the privates. Pulled back his foreskin to find yeast. So much yeast. It looked like a fucking snow cone. You could wipe off a 1mm layer of that cottage cheese with the rag. Sometimes I regret being circumcised, but sometimes I'd rather not be stuck in a hospital when I'm older, just for staff not to properly take care of me and end up with French vanilla ice cream. Edit. I make no apologies about your lost lunches. I'm here as the evil agent of intermittent fasting. Also now realizing my most upvoted comment is about the cheese. So, that's nice. I was thinking about getting food before I read this, and now I've lost my appetite. Hearing about unwashed dicks before meals seems to be a great weightless program. Tell me about it. I was mid-gorge on yogurt. Bragging. Nothing screams insecure like bragging. I've been to Europe. Me, I've been to Europe. We've all been to Europe. We live in France. Dumbus. Not listening. Taking over conversation. Yeah. Well, anyways, I went hiking this past weekend and I had a great. I've been enjoying getting out and doing things I like that. She gave me a bunch of crap about me not listening to her enough or something. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. She kept starting conversations by screaming, "Are you even listening?" And I thought that was pretty weird. These women are so mysterious, dude. Like, I have no idea how you get all of them, LMAO. I just listen and so mysterious. Bad breath. Dirty D. This reads like the first few words of a killer rap. Edit. Bad breath. Dirty dick. Queer Antonin calls this piece sick. Edit too. It is fitting and proper that my highest rated comment is about nasty genitals. Thanks for the awards. 6x99 wants to hire you. If I go over to their place and it's a total wreck. Now, we are not talking about a few dirty dishes in the sink or laundry on the floor. I'm talking about the dudes that very clearly just don't clean up after themselves. Like entire bathroom is coated in hair and crust, and old food starting its own ecosystem kinda dirty. Went back to a guy's place once, and like it was so bad. His bathroom was absolutely disgusting. The hand towel was crusty, and like his bathroom trash can was like a good foot overfilled. He worked at Taco Bell and there was trash from there literally everywhere in the bedroom. He had a cute little wiener dog. who unfortunately was allowed to go to the bathroom literally everywhere. I won't even mention what his kitchen looked like. Definitely ended up having a friend call to fake an emergency I had to attend to. I met his sister once. Plates with food still on them on the coffee table. House smelled like dog shit. She had like 2 Yorkies, and they used a back room as their bathroom. Used Coke bottles for ashtrays, and had at least a dozen of them all over the living room. I texted a buddy, and had him call me into work. Yee. Big yikes. I think the next day I sent the dreaded, "Hey, I'm sorry but I didn't really feel a romantic connection last night" text. I felt a little bad, because the guy was actually really sweet. But like, I've already lived with a man that had absolutely no idea how to clean up after himself, and I absolutely refuse to ever live with someone like that again. And even then, that ex would at least occasionally clean the living room up when we had guests over. There was not one spot in that house that was clean. He apologized for the bathroom and blamed it on his roommate, but like, his bedroom was also an absolute disaster. And also, he was an able-bodied adult human being. He cold cleaned it if he thought it was so bad. When I was still single, I was often amazed by positive reactions of women to my house. I'm not a cleaning freak and not into anything interior design, but a clean toilet and kitchen seems to be how low the bar is. If the rest of the house looks like it is lived in but properly cleaned 2/3 days ago, you are golden. Add to that the smell of something being baked in the kitchen, and you look like a great catch. An older fraternity brother of mine once said, "Guys, go buy a Scentsy. Seriously, it's not gay. Buy it. And whenever you are expecting for a girl to come over or to bring a girl home, put a fresh wax melt in it. Make sure it's a smell girls like. Yeah, I know what girls like. Cookies and cakes. Make your house smell like fresh baked cookies and it'll work just about every single time." Too aggressive with tongue, when you just have to sit there like. Too many dudes do it. Edit. For everyone confused, I'm talking about kissing tongue, not oral, lol. To be completely honest, until I read the comments I thought you just hated cursing. I thought her partner was bad at oral. Is that not it? No. Bad at kissing. A person's breath. If it smells bad, it's a no-go. What I find odd is that after a certain age, a lot of coffee drinking people start to smell from their breaths. But only if you come really close. It smells like old coffee and fart. I've always wondered how this works in the dating scene. Throw in smoking, and you literally have the stench from Satan's A. I mean, yeah, I agree. But I also knew a gal who absolutely adored cigarette smell on me. I know. It's weird. I was the smoker and even I didn't like that smell on someone. But it was like an aphrodisiac for her somehow. And she was not some piece of trash. Even though I was. I don't smoke, but have a strange relationship with the smell of cigarettes. Can't stand the lingering smell in clothes and cars. But some particular cigarettes, while they are actively being smoked, smells really good to me. Not sure what kind, or what makes it different. But there is no in between. It's a pleasant smell, or it's completely foul. I think it's a psychosomatic response to when I used to have a group of friends who all smoked at a patio bar after work, and memories of hanging out with them. Gave a former boyfriend a short neck / shoulder massage from behind. It was a cuddly / intimate / relaxing moment. I was kind of gently leaning into him. We were dressed in lounging clothes. Cue him. Slightly groaning. "Your touch feels just like my mother's." Carrot. Say wire. Ed. Thanks for all the likes in this lad been a killing time. What's with all the broken arms comments? I can hear Freud from beyond the grave nodding and saying I told you so. Oedipus enters the chat. I tried to read Oedipus Rex in college. It was just too complex for me. A Freudian slippies when you say one thing, but you mean your mother. When he puts it in and says here it goes. Or let's start with the big one. I'm sorry but this literally made me laugh out loud. What kind of goofy info says that? The second one is just straight up weird. Let's start with the big one, baby. Here it goes, I'm fucking dead. D cheese. I'm uncut and never had it. Even had cousins assume all men uncut have cheese. Clean is clean, and dirty is dirty. I get it while on antibiotics. I could live in the shower for the whole course of treatment and still have gross build up. It sucks. But it does force me to always quadruple check that the antibiotics are going to be useful. I'm not contributing to the unnecessary antibiotic culture, so that nice. That also happens to me. Yeast infection. Every single time I take antibiotics. I could not deal with the itching and discomfort, so tried to find ways to prevent it. Found that eating yogurt with active cultures, acidophilus bacteria, works great. I eat 1 to 2 yogurt cups a day while on antibiotics and stopped getting yeast infections. Edit. Also did not mean literal cups, but the pre-packaged cups you get when buying yogurt. Thanks. Definitely gonna try that next time. Dirty fingernails. Or bad hygiene in general. I'd like to butt in here. I'm a bicycle mechanic, and making sure my hands and nails are 100% clean all the time is near impossible. Don't get me wrong. I do my very best to be clean for dates and whatnot, but the soap you use to properly clean yourself isn't the best for you and your skin. I'd like to use abrasive compounds, such as these soaps, not too much. Edit to at, I think I replied to most people I got notified about, and I'd firstly want to thank everyone for their experiences, tips and stories. I had fun reading through them. Also, I usually work with fabric, coated in a rubbery plastic gloves, which are fine for most of my dirtier jobs, and nitrile gloves when working hydraulics/industrial cleaners. And I have a barrier lotion at work, which significantly helps prevent much of the dirt to stay on me. Last but not least, I have a soap on a wood basis which cleans like a charm and doesn't make my hands sore afterwards. It's by Skander, a Swedish company. Expensive, but worth it emo. Second edit to at u/slurms Mackenzie mentioned how grease is hydrophobic and most soaps will not dissolve that. They made an incredible good point. Check their comment out. Yep. Mechanical engineer that welds and works on cars on the side. Cleaning my hands ain't easy. Needs a few minutes of washing with pumice soap, then Dawn dish soap with a washcloth to get my hands clean. My last 2 boyfriends have been mechanics, and I do quite a bit of work on my cars myself. I know exactly how hard it is to get all that off your hands. It's understandable in those situations, to a degree, but there are plenty of guys who don't have that excuse. Someone describing himself as an alpha. Someone. Oh yeah, I'm an alpha. So when's the full version gonna release? He probably thinks it's fine to release early too. I'm using both of these insults next time someone tells me they are an alpha. Same. Screenshotted the exchange. I liked a dude until I added him on social media and saw his posts about women. Don't feel love relationships with women, have to be bought, etc. So, that I guess. Once went on a date with a dude who said without women there would be no vegetarians. Because men lack the empathy by IEE. Anyone who acts like a P with waiters, nurses, cleaners, cashiers, retail workers, etc. If I see them treating people bad is a big turn off and red flag. Everyone deserves respect. Don't act like you owe the world. I'm just an average looking guy who married a woman out of my league because she loved the way I smelled. To this day I still use the same brand of strawberry shampoo and body soap because when we dated she loved the strawberry smell. Been together nearly 15 years and 3 kids, but I do not wanna jinx it. Edit. Spillingered 2. A lot of people asking about the brand of shampoo and soap. It is Bath and Body Works strawberry shower gel. This is so sweet. My husband always says he'll never shave his beard because I finally agreed to go on a date with him after he had grown one. That wasn't the real reason I agreed to go out with him, but I do love his beard. My now wife actually walked by me at a mutual friend's wedding and caught a whiff of my strawberry scent. She still loves the smell, but has since said I was the only single guy there that did not hit on her, and that is why she talked to me most of the night. I'm a good husband, but she is an absolutely amazing wife and mother. The gods were smiling on me that night. Being unable to take no for an answer. Even in the most benign context, I'd gotten a fresh tattoo like 2 days before a date and warned him about it. We'd already gotten intimate, so we just got down to it. My tattoo happened to be on one of my breasts, and he kept grabbing it. It fucking burned. If anyone has had someone grab/touch a new tattoo, you feel me. Anyway, he kept touching that breast despite my reminders that it hurt, and so I just fucking left. We didn't even get far enough to have taken our clothes off. If someone is uncomfortable, stop it. That's as hard as it gets. A simple, don't do that thing anymore. Apostrophe. If he can't avoid one spot and doesn't care that it hurts you when he touches it, he has no business being in your bed to begin with. And that's exactly why I left and blocked him on the Uber home. I'm glad you left. In too many situations like that for women, it can feel like you have to continue regardless, and that isn't s you should have to put up with. Everyone should be safe, comfortable and taken care of above all else. I think this is why it's so important we continue having consent conversations. No means no, and consent can be removed at any time. Negging. Just stop it. I'm almost 30 and I'm not down to feel insecure anymore. I will just ghost you and I won't feel bad about it. When I was a single lady, I had a couple of dudes walk up to me in a bar on a night out with my friends. Each time they asked me a question, they had something extremely negative or belittling to say about my responses. I just ended up walking away without giving them any more time. It was so fucking weird, and no secure woman will put up with that. You are lucky they showed their character right away, and we are too pathetic to know they should try and hide it for a first impression. Talking about other girls and making bad comments about their bodies while complimenting yours. This technique is not going to get you laid. When they put other girls down to compliment you, I hate that shit. You do not need to degrade someone else to compliment me, and it's barely even a compliment. You're so much better than. It makes me so fucking mad. No mutual respect. My marriage just ended over the lack of respect from my husband. He told me I deserve to do more around the house because I make less money than him. Even though I work more hours, often with our child at home. I do all the cooking and cleaning anyway, and all the mental load. I mentioned to him very calmly about how I feel tired from not receiving help, and it turned into a marriage-ending argument. /view 200D. Sounds like you may be better off without that kind of attitude in your life. Let me save you some time, fellas. Based on the comment section, tend to your hygiene, including fingernails but hair. Keep a clean, respectable house. Learn how to touch a woman in the bedroom. Don't beg for physical contact. Be humble, and no baby talk. Apparently that had to be said. I read the comment you're referring to out loud to my girlfriend, and yeah, she was mortified that people do that. I dated a guy who said give me wows. Wheeze? Cringy. If I hung around long enough for him to propose, he would have said let's get more weed. Someone who is fixated on your body, but not you as a person. I'm in love with he shap ahead of you. Famous sex haver Ed Sheeran. Talking baby talk during a heavy makeout session. As in talking like he's a very little boy and using silly words for genitalia while lisping. It's happened to me twice with two different guys, and it's unspeakably horrible. Here comes the airplane. BRRRR. Okay, I'm done. Night hun. Apostrophe. I'm going to say this next time I'm about to get some head. As soon as they say that they don't go down on girls, but of course expect head, I'm out. I feel like there is nothing I enjoy more than going down on someone I feel attracted to, but I just like pleasing my partner in general. That kinda is what makes sex great for me. FR. Pleasuring my GF is better than being pleasured emo. Yeah, if I have to pick one or the other, giving is definitely what I'm picking. Talking about an ex and what he/she used to do in bed with you, or any comparison from previous ex to current person you are with. I'm unfortunately human, and I have feelings. Edit. Spelling. Would never, ever bring up sex with exes. However, sometimes talking about ex situations with a new USO is healthy to establish what exactly went wrong, and may help gauge relationship expectations. Of course, this always doesn't need to be in the context of an ex. However, once you're a little way into the relationship, I don't really personally see the harm in doing a little history comparison. It can also be helpful in clarifying baggage, particularly if an ex left you with sexual trauma of some kind. Baby talk or acting like a child. Smelly, nasty feet. I don't know how to phrase this exactly, but don't act like you expect sex. Like if I'm giving a massage it may turn into sex. Even probably, but rolling over and whipping it out after 10 seconds of the massage is irritating. Like, can you just go with the flow and quit rushing shit? That whipping it out shit Like what happened to kissing? Has anyone heard of foreplay? As a male I miss foreplay. My ex just wanted instant D, which was a huge turn off. As a person with a vag, I don't understand that at all. I need to have foreplay before any penetration. Hanging at the passenger side of his best friend's ride trying to holler at me. Sounds like a real scrub. Also known as a buster. Buster. Might be too specific to a past relationship, but raging at games. Voice going high pitched. Saying the game is broken or unfair. Swearing angrily. It's Mario Kart. Stop making me feel bad for getting a blue shell when I'm dead. Last edit. This got more responses than I expected. Other games I'd read it include all Soulsborne games, basketball games, NBA 2K I think, Beat Saber. He once played and raged hard at this on New Year's Eve. Right before midnight. Ask him to stop playing. Nah. If he finds this comment somehow. Sorry, but I finally accepted what may have killed my libido. That is a key part of Mario Kart. The further behind you are, the better the power-ups it gives you. Can't believe guy didn't know that. If only the economy worked the same way. Blue shell the elite. When a guy brags about how good his stroke game is, 8/10. The D is trash. It takes years to master the game of tennis. Even when one has become proficient in their ground strokes, a formidable opponent will always find holes in their game. Wait, what sub is this? Not respecting my limits. Had a guy slapping me in the face. Told him it was not okay. That I was not into that. Then he did it again 5 minutes later. I get that he tried to be dominant. But if you can't respect limits, I won't do the kinky or anything with you. Still makes me angry half a year later. And also, asking you what I like. Then proceeding ignoring what I said. Summing up, guys that treat me like I'm just a hole to filled. Why the F would I want to have sex with someone that only cares about their own pleasure? I don't owe anyone sex. So I just get up and leave those few times this has happened. I've met guys who's like WH, why don't you just take one for the team? I've had sex with women I realized a bit too late I didn't want to have sex WITH. Because it fucking hurts to have sex when you're a woman and you're not into it. That's why. And also because no one owes anyone sex. Sheesh. Rant over. Oh hello. I think we fucked the same guy last year. I reminded him that was assault. He was not pleased. I'm sorry you had to experience that guy too. I'm glad we both made it out safely. Scary how many guys out there think a punch in the face without consent is fine if you're naked when it happens. Wild. Flexing about your money. It's so annoying when guys try to get a girlfriend by showing off their money. Besides, don't you want someone who actually loves you and not your money? Edit. Why is this getting so much attention? I'm not ready for this plus. Thank you so much for all the upvotes. D. This happened to me twice. And one of them was a guy who flexed his parents' money and he also bragged about only buying tags. It's such a turn off, and it makes me wonder if they think I'm a gold digger. Edit. Sorry for the confusion. I meant brands. Type the wrong word y'all. /view 200D. Bad smells, lack of enthusiasm, cockiness, using one's tongue as if they are painting a wall, not a masterpiece. Using one's tongue as if they are painting a wall, not a masterpiece. That's brilliant. Guys that are self-absorbed, too pessimistic, or have anger issues. They could look like a Greek god, and I'm not touching them with a 10-foot pole. Good thing I don't even have a Greek physique. I've a Greek yogurt physique. Greek yogurt is actually an incredible lean protein source. I bet you're shredded as hell, brah. Not just pasty. White as F and best kept out of direct sunlight.